Hello my lovelies, welcome back. I am Rebecca Markelv, and today I want to kind of touch back on a topic that I briefly mentioned in my last video regarding dating. And I guess this is more like dating advice. Maybe I'm just a bit too peeved by what's constantly happening. But it's really quite shocking how many people actually do this. Don't mind me eating grapes, like, it's the first thing I've eaten today, and yeah, just not being that hungry. But I really want to talk about respect and just general etiquette for being polite. Put that down. But what I've noticed a lot, and what I've been experiencing quite a lot in my entirety of dating pretty much since transitioning, is the amount of people who ghost. You know, it's my video as well. It's like, I could do whatever I wanted it, right? It's my etiquette. It's my etiquette for my video. Shush. But seriously, I want to touch on this topic of ghosting because very frequently people seem to be ghosting, and I don't know if it's girls, it's probably girls as well, but there are a lot of guys just being ghosts and being incredibly disrespectful and quite hurtful, to say the least. For probably about 5 or 6 different people who I was going to meet, all of which have eventually ghosted me, and some have even reached back out to me to apologise, but it would have been about 3 or 4 months late, well, probably about 3 months, to kind of say sorry about it. And it's like, well, you hurt me. You really hurt me in doing that, and now you're saying sorry now when you could have done it at that time. So quite recently I went on a date. And I've never been on an actual date where I've actually done something. I actually went out for cocktails, and I had the most fantastic time in such a long time. I actually did something with someone. It was my first proper date. So I can scratch that one off the list. But here's how it went. We got drinks, and we went on for about 5 hours of talking, non-stop talking. Kept talking about our hobbies and stuff, about our little like flaws and stuff here and there, and we felt like maybe slightly different, but we actually had similarities and stuff, and it was quite amazing that we actually had these similarities. We then cuddled on the sofa and actually just, you know, got into each other's like proximity, into each other's bubbles, and it felt lovely. It felt like, you know, we were quite fit for one another. We enjoyed each other's silence, and we enjoyed each other's company. And when it came to closing time of the cocktail bar that we went to, I was going to walk myself home, but he insisted that he'd give me a lift instead to my home because it was quite cold. I accepted, and he dropped me off near my home. And just before I said goodbye, I gave him a quick kiss on the cheek, but then he turned around and he kissed me, and it was a longer kiss. It was a passionate kiss, and it felt like something was there. He then said, "Do you want to be on a second date?" And I said, "Yes, I'd love to." And he said, "That's great." And after that we kind of moved on, and yeah, continued texting later on in the evening when he got back home, and then texted the next day saying stuff like he would like to meet me midweek to, you know, meet up and have like another cuddle or something. And he said that he was looking forward to it and he was quite excited about it. Then came the day after that, and I messaged him asking him some questions regarding when you'd like to meet, if they'd like to video call to have a chat, and no response. Which was kind of odd because, you know, they were saying how much they wanted to meet me. We kissed and we actually got on very well for about 5 hours. They enjoyed my company, couldn't wait to see me. It really made no sense. To which then I'd message the next day asking how they're doing and giving them a good morning. To which then I was asking if they were still interested in me. Nothing. At this point, it was starting to get a bit like worrying because, you know, I kind of opened myself up to this person, you know, with the kids and everything, and actually feeling like this warm feeling that someone is actually happy and looking forward to seeing me. And so it kind of opened me up and made me feel a bit more vulnerable. But I asked them if they were still interested, and I still got no response. I then sent them one more text to basically give them permission to say that they're not interested. I said basically somewhere along the lines of like, look, it's starting to get a bit concerning because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you're actually hurt. I don't know if you're ignoring me. I don't know if you even blocked me. I don't know what's going on. This is your permission to message me and to acknowledge the fact that I'm willing to hear that you are not interested in me. I just need a message just from you to say, sorry, I'm not interested. It was lovely meeting you. That would have been fine. Anything along these lines would have been fine. And I still got nothing. At this point, I have no idea what's going on. And this is the problem with ghosting, is that people ghost, and it's one of the most disrespectful, hurtful, impolite things to do. Like, all you have to do is just own up to the fact that you've made a mistake, sorry, and just say, I'm not interested. I don't know what's going on. And the only reasonable explanations I could think of if someone was to be interested in you but not message is that they've either broken their phone, they're in hospital or dead, or they've lost their phone. At this point, I then messaged one more time the next day saying, basically to clarify for myself, because it is a very hurtful thing. It actually did make me cry a lot because, you know, I opened myself up stupidly again because I actually thought someone actually was going to really give a shit about me. I basically said, okay, what you have done has hurt me a lot. I think it's very disrespectful, and all I asked is for you to tell me that you're not interested, just so that I can move on and not worry about you, because I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't think you're a bad person, but I hope that from my message that you won't do this again to another gal. If something has happened, then I do hope you are okay, Rebecca. And that's it, that's what I left it at. But it gave me my own clarity in the end to just kind of cut things off, because all I'm going to do is keep worrying and being concerned about this person who I opened myself up to, who I passionately kissed, who I got to learn about and share a drink with. And it just made no sense. So here is the lesson of dating. Don't ghost people. It really can harm people in emotional and mental ways. One of my biggest issues is anxiety and this feeling of being alone all the time, and when someone shows an interest and actually brings this kind of like bright light in this dark place, you don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose that. And because I've always been ghosted, because I've always been left in the dark, I get so concerned and worried for my own sake that I start to try a little too hard, maybe, that I get so anxious and scared because I don't want to lose it. For people who struggle with anxiety or have potential abandonment issues, it's not a nice thing to do. It really does mess with people. All it takes is for you to say, I'm not interested. At least, even if they are a bit of a Klingon and for some reason don't want to be with them or whatever because they're too clingy or whatever, like, fine. At least they know. At least they know that you're not interested. I might be considered a bit clingy because of my worries of being left alone, because of the amount of times that people have just ghosted me and catfished me and wanted to use me for sex. That, of course I'm going to have some sort of issues here and there. Thing is though, it's also going to make me feel less and less trusting of people. And there are people who get hurt so much that they can become a bit of a lash out at any potential flaw. It can really damage people. So, and guys, what I'm trying to say is that please don't ghost people. It's really not nice. Just be honest, because it's a lot more respectful and it gives people clarification. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this episode off here. I really just wanted to do this because of the amount of times that people tend actually ghost and do these things, and it's really, really shocking how many people do it. It's so shocking, and it's kind of scary because I don't want to be on the dating scene if I know that, well, 100% of the time it's either a catfish, someone who's going to ghost me, or someone who wants to use me for sex. I've not had a successful date yet. But otherwise, I've been Rebecca Markelv, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care of yourself, and don't be a ghost.